If you're driving a commercial truck, roll-off, or front load for solid waste, you should know potential dangers and hazards are around every corner. To prevent accidents on the job, stay alert, slow down, and drive defensively. Absolutely no cell phone use or texting while driving. Keep your eyes out at all times for pedestrians, joggers, cyclists, and electric scooters. In neighborhoods, watch for children at play who may dart out into the street at any moment. Be aware, streets may be narrow. You may face high traffic areas with increased starts and stops, and lots of road construction. You're responsible for the safe operation of the vehicle. Begin each day with a fully charged tablet, with all of your stops preloaded. Begin your route with a pre-trip inspection. Record your stops in the tablet throughout the day. Be sure to log off your tablet at the end of your route. And perform a post-trip inspection of your vehicle. All drivers must be properly licensed and authorized to operate these vehicles and are expected to report hazards, from mechanical issues with trucks needing repair to physical issues along the route, which may need to be reported to public authorities. After a complete pre-trip inspection, ensure all necessary safety equipment is on board and being worn by you and any throwers you may have, including safety glasses, hard hats, gloves, and steel-toed shoes. Pay attention getting in and out of the truck. This is where many injuries occur. To prevent injuries, always maintain 3 points of contact when climbing in or out of your truck: 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand. And never jump from your truck to the ground. Always wear your seatbelt. Always. No exceptions. Nothing is more important than safe driving. Obey all traffic laws. Avoid backing when possible, and do so only when safe. Maintain all safety devices and use lights and strobes during hours of darkness. Avoid confrontations with other motorists. Do not become a victim or participant in road rage. If a breakdown occurs, pull over to the safest possible location or far right side of the roadway. Activate all emergency signals and traffic control warning devices, and call for help. When approaching a container pickup, observe the condition of the container and surrounding areas for any potential hazards. Fencing and gates around the containers, parked cars, building overhangs, and overhead tree limbs and power lines that may necessitate a more cautious approach. Plan your approach and be aware of those potential hazards. If there's a need to open a gate, park your vehicle with enough distance to allow for the gate swing. Be sure to set your parking brake before exiting the cab. And always use the 3 points of contact rule when dismounting and re-entering your cab. If the enclosure has a gate, make sure the gates are secure in the open position. This prevents the gates from swinging closed during operation on the truck, container, or enclosure. Approach the container with caution. Slowly maneuver the truck forward to insert the forks in the proper position. Lift slightly, and if needed, back the truck slowly while carrying the container to be clear of all overhead obstacles. Complete the dump process. Return the container slowly to the designated position. Back away cautiously, using mirrors before leaving the location. Perform a quick walk-around inspection to ensure everything is in working order and there's no garbage on the shield. And secure the gate. Roll-off pickup sites may have other unique exposures as well. All the construction traffic and equipment. Drivers should assess all obstacles before driving back to the container and plan the approach and lift. In order to pick up a container, the boom must be raised. Once the container's been loaded, the boom must always be lowered back into its cradle. Then the driver should perform a visual inspection by walking around the truck to ensure the boom is in the proper position. All open containers must be properly tarped. When picking up any commercial container, one should be alert for potential hot loads, as smoldering debris could be inside the container. To avoid a serious truck fire, be alert for smoke and/or discoloration during pickup and while driving. If you should have a hot load, pull to the far right side of the road, get out of the vehicle, and find a safe place to call 911 and your supervisor. Call 911 anytime you're in an emergency situation. Our trucks may be unloading at either a transfer station or landfill, and they each have their own unique hazards. Transfer stations may have limited space, containing a lot of activity. When entering the transfer station, always be aware of your surroundings, whether on the scales or tipping floor. Drivers of roll-off trucks should back into the transfer station before unpinning the tailgate. Maintain a minimum of 10 feet of space between trucks to allow for the gate to swing. When you're done unloading, make sure the seal is clean before pulling out. Equipment operators are to remain clear of the truck until after it has left the tipping floor. On the landfill, there are multiple activities occurring at the same time. In addition to significant truck traffic, there are various types of heavy equipment operating in conjunction with trucks dumping their load. Drivers and equipment operators must always be aware of activity occurring around them. only one person should be out of the truck at a time while the truck is on a landfill. Equipment operators should not be out of their equipment while operating on the landfill face. A complete pre-trip inspection must be performed before every shift. No exceptions. Always wear your seatbelt. Don't use your cell phone while driving. Plan your container approach and be aware of potential hazards. Always be aware of your surroundings when entering the transfer station, whether on the scales or tipping floor. At landfills, driver and equipment operators must always be aware of activity occurring around them.
There are many safety hazards that could occur in the course of your day on a job, more than we've covered. That's why it's important to use common sense and proper judgment. Every day, every job.
Hopefully you won't need it, but be aware there is a first aid kit in each vehicle. Speak up when you have questions about a particular job or workplace condition. Ask your supervisor. Don't take chances.
The safety of your truck and your customers is your responsibility. Take it seriously. There's a lot riding on your abilities as a driver.